Hey, the coyotes are back. Last time they were here was Halloween night. Uh, so I'm taking preparations for, since they're in the neighborhood, to make sure all systems are operational and go. Stay tuned. Hello folks, welcome back to Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. I have the infrared on the camera going right now because this is the time when the coyotes come. And they usually come through about every 3.5 months, 4 months. And I just heard them when I stepped out this evening just to check out the evening air and just to get some fresh air. I noticed that the coyotes were howling off in the distance. So they're in the area. Last time they were here on Halloween, and the havoc they wreaked on Halloween was they stole my 2 turkeys, my Naragansette turkeys, which were very expensive. They took a duck, and they scared a goat so bad that she jumped over the inside barrier of the barn and broke her leg, and that was devastating. But her leg is healed. We wrapped it instead of sending her to freezer camp, and now she's all healed and she's ready to breed when she goes into estrus again, and we'll take her over and give her some romance with the buck or ram, whatever you call them, over on the other side of the mountain. I think it's a buck. Yeah, it's a buck. It's a buckling. Yeah. But this is my geese. They'll take refuge in the middle of the pond, and hopefully they'll be okay. The chickens are locked away in the chicken coop. They'll be okay. And I just closed in the fencing paddock area for the goats, so the coyotes won't get into the goats. So the goats will bed down inside the stall and be safe in the barn. Hopefully they won't scare her enough to make her jump over the fence. I haven't checked my fence line lately to see if that tree got cut off, because my neighbor was mentioned he was going to come over and cut that tree off my fence line. I'll just go ahead and check it tomorrow morning, and if it's not cut off yet, I'll just go ahead and take a chunk of fencing up there and lay it over the top of that tree and try to get it in place so it doesn't allow a breach in my fence line. And about a week ago, I walked my fence line and found to look for other breaches in the fence, and there was no other breaches, just that one. So all I have to do is just right up behind the goat stall area, I can check the breaches. Another thing I did was activate my electrical fencing, so the pastures are completely surrounded by electrical fencing and backed up with a secondary electrical fence. I do have a tertiary electrical fence that runs on grid power, and I'm going to see about installing that tomorrow and plugging it up there to my well house where I have an outlet. So we'll keep the fence activated even through the night, because I really don't trust the battery operated solar powered fence late into the evening, because that's typically when these predators come through. So hopefully we can get through this night without losing any livestock, because I only have 1 duck left. I have 5 geese. I have 1 goose that is actually sitting on a clutch of eggs, or she's got a clutch of eggs going, and I set up the it's a doghouse igloo over her nest to give her more privacy, because there was some ravens coming in and eyeballing her eggs. And so no, she needs more protection than that. So as far as the homestead goes, there's a lot of things that a lot of predators that come after everything about homesteading. Your garden, you got squirrels and whatever rodents come after your garden. Your livestock, you got coyotes, you got fox, you got raccoons, Yeah, of course you get. I mentioned coyotes, and one of our residents here locally have trail cams out, and they just caught a wolf on their trail cam. So we have wolves in the area. Plus we got bear and cougar and bobcat. So there's a lot of predators that are seeking to take away from me my livelihood for self-sufficiency. So this show is just dedicated to you homesteaders and farmers to be prepared and expect things like this. You can do all kinds of things to get your place predator proof, but there's always going to be some place where a predator is going to get in and take a livestock, and that just like it hits hard here when it happens. It's like, where did I fail? But that's what the show's about, is to show you guys my triumphs and my failures. So hopefully I'll wake up tomorrow and I'll take account of all my livestock and make sure everything's safe and accounted for. And we'll go from there, and I'll do some more repairs tomorrow. I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. This is Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I want to thank you guys for joining me on this episode in the infrared darkness of my camera. Also, you can stay tuned to more videos just by clicking that bell icon. That'll alert you to new videos as I upload them. Please give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment. I enjoy reading your comments, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Also, sharing my videos on your social media platforms really helps out the channel a lot. Another thing you guys can do is just check out below. I have some merchandise I'm selling below. That helps us monetarily if you guys buy a coffee cup or the neighbor's donkey just brayed. And that's where I heard the coyotes down there. Huh. Yeah, coyotes will call out to each other at night to let each other know where they're at. Then, boy, they'll go on the prowl and they'll get their prey. Usually, they just go after rodents and they'll cycle through for about 3 to 5 days, and then they'll go away for another 3 to 4 months. Anyway. Check down below. I also have some videos that I've created for you guys to learn how to be able to look for cheap property to buy your homestead if you guys have a passion to do the same thing I'm doing. And also I have a video to show you guys how I built my homestead for free and for cheap. Yeah. I provide it all for free. I don't charge a thing. Just click on those videos, watch them, enjoy yourselves, and take notes, and go out and explore what's available out there for you. And maybe you guys can find something different that I didn't even think about. Stay tuned. We'll see you guys in the next show. Bye-bye.